Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Toib and I talk about the struggles, my journey in the forex space. Alright, so let's get straight into it. So I could not make a video yesterday because I was busy. So I'll be talking about the trades I took yesterday and today. Now, using the breakdown that I talked about in my previous video, you see that I was looking for a sell, right? But then it changed because price wanted completing this CRT, right? Price wanted completing this CRT that we spoke about, right? But so I changed my bias to a buy. On Monday we could not catch anything because there was no sweep. This was Monday's price action. As you can see, there was no sweep of any low during Monday, and my strategy requires a sweep of a 4-hour low or a 4-hour high. Right now, moving to Tuesday, during the London session, we had this fair value gap as my key level to move price higher to the previous day's high. Right, that was my key level that I was using, and then we had a dealing range here. Right, so I was expecting price to retrace maybe to the 50% of the range or to the discount of the range and then move. So I was expecting a retracement to the upside, then move lower. So I was expecting something like this, retracement, then move lower to the premium of the range, but that did not happen, which is fine. So now, during the London session, I marked out my 9 p.m. candle, right? Because it swept the 5 p.m. candle. So I was looking for a sweep of the 9 p.m. candle, like a double purge for this 5 p.m., which was the CRT, right? Now, let's now go to the 15 minutes time frame to look for entries, right? So the 15 minutes time frame. So yeah, as you can see, we have, this is the 4 hours range, right? And this is the 5 p.m. high. This is the high, and this is the 5 p.m. low, right? Now, as you can see, we had a consolidation during this move. Now, I entered a trade here. I got tapped in a trade here. I used this 145 candle here. Why? Because most of the time we had a CLT, that's number one. We had an SMT with DXY, that's one. And number two, we formed this other block by 2:15. No, by 2 o'clock, and we got tapped in by 2:15. So that's why I took the trade, because it happens like that, and the price will just rally away without tapping in during the sweet zone. Now, I got stopped out, and the reason why I got stopped out was because of this. Okay, so I entered this trade by 2:15 because of the SMT that happened with DXY. If you need me to talk about SMT, please just mention in the comments and I would gladly do that for you guys. So as you can see, it purged this 145 did not purge the low because of the SMT that happened. Right, I took the trade and I got stopped out. I got stopped out right here. But I entered again when I saw that price manipulated this whole consolidation, as you can see. So that was a very valid reason for price to come and manipulate. So it manipulated, and it gave us a model 1 entry, and I took that, and I always target 2R with my model 1 entries. So SL at the low, and then I targeted 2R, and that got hit pretty fine. So that was the trade for London session. As for Tuesday, now the trade for New York session was a pretty clean trade also. As you can see, this was the 1 a.m. range that we got. Now I used the 1 a.m. range. Why did I use the 1 a.m. range? I used the 1 a.m. range because, number one, we still haven't gotten to our drawn liquidity, right? We haven't gotten to our drawn liquidity, and we had this key level, right? So that was the reason why I used my 1 a.m. and the 1 a.m. took the 9 a.m. low. So if price was going to move higher, it should come and take the 1 a.m. low into this fair value gap to move higher, right? And then price did just that. So now going to the 15 minutes time frame to look for our entries. So this was the entry, and I used a turtle soup entry here. Why did I use a turtle soup entry? I used the turtle soup entry because, number one, it gives me more leverage than others that are using more than one entry here, right? And as you can see, they didn't get tapped in, just by a few pips that they missed this trade, right? So now we'll explain how I got this turtle soup entry. Number one, I got this turtle soup entry using my OTE as my SL placement. Now I marked out the 15 minutes daily range. This is an expansion swing on the 15 minutes. As you can see, we have this low just above this minus 0.62%, and we have this low at the 0.75%. So I used those two as my entry, knowing that price would go to the would move to the low, would move to our draw on liquidity here. So if this whole thing was a consolidation, I was expecting 9 a.m. to manipulate and move higher. So I marked out my 5 a.m. low, and I used that as my entry, and I targeted 3R using turtle soup entries. So that was the trade for Tuesday. Now today's trade was the same approach, nothing different. Like I told you guys earlier, I take my time nowadays. So 5 p.m. So same thing, daily time frame. Did we close above? Yes, we closed above the previous day's high. So I was looking for this high as my draw liquidity for today, right? So 4 hours time frame. All right, 4 hours time frame. As you can see, this was the high that I was targeting, right? Beautiful. And we also have a key level here, which is this fair value gap. Notice how price has been leaving fair value gaps upon fair value gaps, because Whenever you are on the right side of the market, it tends to be easier to catch trades. Now, I plotted my daily range, my Fibonacci, to see where I would like price to go to, right? Now, we have the premium and we have the discount of this range. Now, this is the premium. The premium of the range, we had this 9 p.m. low, right? We had that 9 p.m. low, and I was expecting 1 a.m. to take the 9 p.m. low into this fair value gap to move higher, right? Into this fair value gap to move higher, right? This is the 15 minutes time frame. Notice how price came to purge the low by 1:30, which was not a key time for me, so I disregarded this trade and I waited for New York session. Now, using the same key level that we have, using the discount of the range, notice how 5 a.m. closed just above the 50% of the range, right? Now, here's my thought process. If 9 a.m., once 9 a.m. open, it should surely want to move lower to take the premium of the range because we are just above it. So it's created liquidity for price to move lower to take out the premium of the range to entice more sellers and then move up. Now, I would show you how I entered the third soup of today also. Now, on the 15 minutes time frame, this is our low, right? This is our 5 p.m. low. This is our 5 p.m. low, right? Now, using Fibonacci, the daily range on the 15 minutes, let's use this and this. Using the 15 minutes, right? This is the daily range. Notice how this fair value gap correlates with the minus 0.75%, right? And the low of the 5 a.m. was just below the minus 0.62%. What does this mean? This means that price might want to move lower to take out those lows to form the 9 p.m. low, which is what I did. So I set my entry at this low. I used the 10 pips stop loss and I was targeting 30 pips. Now, that happened, and then while the trade was going, I also entered another position using the model 1 entry. Why did I not use this candle like I normally would do? I didn't use this candle because yesterday price did not tap me in just because of 1 pip, because I did not use the week. So I didn't want the same thing, even though price later came back to tap the entry and then moved higher from there. So that was the trades I took. And if you guys want to see more of this, just comment and I would know what to do, and I will know what to give you guys, what content to give you guys. Thank you very much, and I wish you guys the very best.